Happy Monday and welcome back to the 2022-2023 school year. I want to welcome each and every one of you back, and I hope that everyone had a fantastic summer and had plenty of moments with your families, with your friends, with your loved ones, and most importantly had a time to re-energize and to come back with that mindset of serving our children right here in our Valley View ISD community. So we want to welcome everybody back to this new school year. And starting new is always good. You know, we start back from the beginning, we learn what we have to do different and how we can always improve. So welcome back everyone. And let me tell you, each and every one of you guys here are in the best school district here in the state of Texas. So thank you for being here and welcome to Valley View ISD country. By show of hands, who are our new teachers here? By show of hands. If you're new to Valley View ISD. Our big round of applause for our new teachers that are here. And welcome. My name is Manny Rodriguez and I'm the Director of Fine Arts here at Valley View ISD, and I'm going to be your Master of Ceremony this morning. We're going to get started with the presentation of colors by our JROTC here from Valley View High School. Please stand.
Color guard, halt! Left face. Present. Colors.
And please join us in the pledge led by Battalion Commander Ismael Volchado.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now the Texas flag, the Texas pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Pause. Color guard. Left face.
Carry colors.
Forward march.
Thank you, you may be seated. How about a big round of applause for our JROTC for that presentation of colors. Fantastic job. This time I'd like to introduce and recognize our Valley View ISD Board of Trustees. Our Trustees Board President, Ms. Claudia Coronado. Vice President, Mr. Anthony Pinal. Board Secretary, Mr. Efrain Perez. Board Member, Mr. Mario Del Boyado. Board Member, Mr. Jaime Gaona. Board Member, Mr. Juan Viveros. And Board Member, Ms. Sarah Bettis. This time I'd like to present our board president with her message for our View ISD.
Good morning, everyone. Today, first of all, I want to thank God for the opportunity to be standing before you, because we're here by grace, united together as one district. Primero que nada, quiero darle gracias a Dios por la oportunidad de estar parada aquí enfrente de ustedes, por su gracia, porque estamos bien aquí con salud, y por tener la oportunidad de poder compartir con ustedes unas palabras. Usualmente, al comenzar un nuevo ciclo, pensamos en nuevos propósitos y nos fijamos metas que estén alineadas con la visión de la organización. Además, diseñamos estrategias y formulamos planes que nos permiten conquistar las metas que estamos planeando. However, without our mission, there's no vision. Without values, there is no organization. Without unity, there's no destiny. In order to achieve efficacy, we must be able to function as a single element to accomplish our goals. We must interact in a coordinated way to share the same vision, to be predestined to succeed. Although all of us are different, although all of us have different perspectives, unity focuses on the presence of goal concordance. So, muchas veces, aunque todos nosotros somos diferentes y tengamos perspectivas diferentes, si podemos mantenernos unidos, vamos a poder alcanzar cualquier meta que nos propongamos. I'm going to share with you some statements, and I'm going to ask you to please stand up if it resonates with you. Voy a decirles unas oraciones, y si eso se aplica a lo que usted hace, le voy a pedir que se ponga de pie. So the first one is, you've purchased materials with your own money to highly perform in your assignment. So if you're a teacher, you purchase material for your students. If you're a teacher, you purchase, please stand up. So si alguna vez han comprado algo con su propio dinero para su trabajo, ya sea herramientas para poder trabajar, para arreglar un carro, ya sea un cuchillo, porque los cuchillos que tenemos no sirven. Si alguna vez han comprado algo con su propio dinero, ya sea para su salón o ya sea para la cafetería, lo que estén trabajando, quiero que se paren. No se me vayan a sentar, quiero que se queden parados. So please remain standing. And that's for everybody, whether you're a director, you're a teacher, para todos, sin importar el trabajo que usted tenga. The second one is, you have completed assigned duties, extra duties. They have asked you to do an extra bus duty, they have asked you to stay late. Si alguna vez le han pedido que haga algo extra, vino la directora y le pidió, necesito que se quede tarde hoy, necesito que haga algo extra, quiero que se pongan de pie. Si alguna vez le han hecho algo extra por su trabajo. Beautiful. I see most of you standing. Thank you for that. And the last one. You did not quit. You're here and you're all in. No se dieron por vencidos. Están aquí y están listos para los retos por venir. Póngase de pie. Si ya está listo para los nuevos retos, I want you to look around and I want you to see how we all have something in common. All of you standing today for one reason. Quiero que mire alrededor de usted y mire todos ustedes parados, todos con una misma meta. Thank you so much, you guys. You may be seated. And above all, I want you to see how you always go above and beyond. Más que nada, quiero que vean cómo todos se pararon y todos siempre hacen algo más de lo que tienen que hacer. Siempre van por la extra meta. United, although it may seem paradoxical, begins with the respect of our difference and the recognition of our coincidences to build from those platforms to build our students' destinies. La unidad, aunque se escuche paradójico, comienza respetando nuestras diferencias, aunque pensemos diferentes, aunque tengamos un trabajo diferente. El reconocimiento que todos tenemos algo en común. Y ese algo en común es hacer hasta lo imposible por crear el mejor destino para nuestros estudiantes. The significance of unity can never be undermined. To be united is to be tenacious, to be resilient, but above all, to be limitless. Si seguimos unidos, así como empezamos el día de hoy, podemos alcanzar hasta el infinito. And to recognize the unity that you guys demonstrated today, everybody will be receiving their retention checks today. Para celebrar a cada uno de ustedes en la unidad de nuestro equipo, para que se emocionen porque ya regresaron a trabajar. Todos van a recibir su cheque que iban a recibir en diciembre, lo van a recibir el día de hoy. Cuando vayan a sus escuelas, espero que disfruten este cheque, lo tienen bien merecido. Lo tienen bien merecido porque sabemos que siempre hacen más de lo que deben. You deserve it. We thank you for everything you do. We know you always go above and beyond. Have a blessed year.
Thank you, Ms. Coronado, for those words, and I think everybody's excited to be back. And I think they're more excited to get back to their campus. Right? Like, everybody deserves it. Everybody deserves it. At this time, I'd like to recognize our departments, okay? Our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Silvia Ibarra. Our Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Schools, Curriculum and Instruction, Ms. Monica Luna. Our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction of Elementary Schools, Dr. Nancy Montemayor. And congratulations to Ms. Montemayor on her doctorate degree. Very, very nice. At this time, the support staff from the Superintendent's Office and from Curriculum Instruction, can you please stand? Where are you? Be recognized. There we go. Our Executive Director of District Operations and all the staff, Mr. Efraín Matamoros, please stand to be recognized. El departamento aquí que mueve y que mueve a los estudiantes y les dan nutrición también y los mueven el transporte, el departamento de Transport y Child Nutrition, por favor pónganse de pies para reconocerlos. Fuerte el aplauso. Our Finance Director and her office, please stand. Ms. Sandra Martinez. No, hold on. These are the people that printed your checks. How about an applause right there? There you go. See, now you like them a lot better. Thank you, guys. Very nice. Our Special Programs Director and her office, please stand, Dr. Rosemarie Gomez. Federal programs on my office. Yes. Our Special Education Director and her office, please stand, Ms. Perla Del Angel. Our Data Management Director, and she does state reporting as well, and her staff, please stand, Sandra Lee Rodriguez. And these guys go fix all your computers right here, so be nice. Our Technology Director and his team, Technology Team, Mr. George Martinez. Our Child Nutrition Director and her team, Ms. Carla Rodriguez. Our interim athletic director and his office, Mr. Genaro Cantu. And if you're a coach, please stand, coaches, be recognized. And myself, Director of Fine Arts, and my office, and all our Fine Arts teachers, please stand to be recognized, Fine Arts. And Support Services Director and his office, Mr. Alejandro Rodriguez, please stand. I'd like to also recognize our campuses that are here present and their principal. Valley View High School principal and all the staff from Valley View High School, Mr. Jesus Garza, please stand to be recognized. Valley View Early College principal and her staff, Ms. Thelma Samaniego, please stand for Valley View Early College. Valley View Junior High principal and her staff, Ms. Sandra Riojas, please stand to be recognized. Valley View Elementary principal and his staff, Mr. Jesus Cerda, please stand to be recognized. Valley View North principal and his staff, please stand to be recognized, Mr. Antonio de la Cerda. Valley View South principal and her staff, please stand to be recognized, Ms. Marina Aguilar. They got 10 hours of sleep last night. So, good. We need it. And last but certainly not least, Wilbur E. Lucas principal and his staff, Mr. Isaías Vidal, please stand to be recognized. And our HR department, Mr. Aaron Laraga and his office, please stand to be recognized. And our Career and Technology Director and his staff, and if you are a Career and Technology teacher, please stand to be recognized, Mr. Ramiro Valderas. Thank you, everyone. Everyone now knows each other, right? Everyone here knows each other because we introduced every department and every campus. So, at this time, I'd like to bring up our Superintendent of Schools for her message to our View ISD district, Dr. Silvia Ibarra.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos días a todos. Thank you for being here today. It is such a pleasure to welcome you back to the new school year. This is a very special day because this is the one time out of the year that we get to come together as one district, all of us together and hear the same message. And I too am very grateful for the opportunity to be here standing before you as Superintendent of Schools. I'm very blessed and I always start my day by thanking the Lord for everything that He has given me and for everything that He has given us as a school district. So, this is a very special day because as we start the new school year, we first have to start by celebrating our successes and achievements of the year that just closed. And I'm sure that all of us can agree that last year was a very difficult year, a very challenging year. We started the year thinking COVID is gone, we're back to normal, and boy, did COVID come back with a vengeance. especially in January and February. And so when we were tackling the learning loss of our students and saying we can do this, the gaps are huge, but they're here. They're back, they're in person, and they're learning. And then all of a sudden we start seeing absences and absences and absences, not just from students, but also from employees. Trying times, but yet we stay true to our vision and our mission. We stay true to the purpose that we come to work every day, and that is for student achievement. And so I'm very pleased to inform you that based on our preliminary calculations, we are going to be an A-rated school district. So give yourself a round of applause for that. The ratings will be officially released on August 15th. And again, this is preliminary data. We may be off 1 or 2 points, but we will be within the ballpark. And so we have much to celebrate, because to get an A during a COVID year is amazing. And I do want to take this time to acknowledge all your hard work. And I mean all of us, because we're all in this together. From the bus driver that transports the students to the school, to the cafeteria ladies who feed our students, our custodian maintenance staff who maintain our school grounds safe and orderly, to our counselors, administrators, who obviously are the support services that we need so much for our students. But in particular, I want to thank our teachers. Teachers, please stand to be recognized. The area where we got the highest points was on student growth. Our students showed tremendous growth because obviously they were coming back from a year that were instruction where there was a lot of learning loss. So the gains that they made were significant. And so we're going to continue to do the same thing this year. Now, as we start to talk about the new year, it's very important that we as a district give you the resources that you need, the services that you need, and then we continue to increase the opportunities for our students. We're very happy that this year we're going to bring back UI at the elementary. We're adding fine arts academies at the elementary, and we want to expand our programs in athletics and all of extracurricular activities. So for that, we need a very strong, solid budget. So let's speak a little bit about budget. Budget is very, very important. If we have a strong budget, we can provide everything that we need for our students, starting with you, our employees, and the salaries. You all, our employees, are our greatest asset, our most valuable asset. 80% of our budget is spent on salaries. That's how important you are, 80%. Only 20% is used for everything else. Very, very happy that we were able to give you a raise this year, that we're able to give you retention bonuses, that we're able to reduce the cost of insurance. We're working hard to take care of you all, because you all are our most valuable asset. Without you, we can't do our job. But we have to be smart with our budget. Very smart. Because at 20%, we have to stretch it and take care of the needs. All of you stood up when Ms. Coronado said, how many of you have purchased things from your budget? And every single one stood up. We don't want you to purchase things from your budget. We want to take care of that. That's our responsibility. But for that, we have to be responsible with the budget that we have. So whenever we plan the budget, we just approved, by the way, the budget in June. The board approved the new budget for the year. We have to take into consideration best practices. And there's a lot of best practices, but these are a few that I want to talk to you about. So the first one, and I can't even see the screen, but let me look at my notes. The first one is calculating academic return on investment. Everything that we purchase, we have to make a determination whether it's giving us back our return. If we purchase a program for students, for instance, we have to analyze the data. The students are using it. they're getting good scores, they're growing academically. If that's the case, we continue to invest in that program. If not, let's move it aside. And we do that for every single significant purchase. The second one is strategically spending federal entitlements. We get local, state, and federal funding. We have to leverage all of these funding sources so that we can maximize our budget. And we do that very, very well. And I'm going to show you in a little bit how well we're doing it. We have to rethink purchasing needs versus wants. Have to always take care of the wants, and the needs we have to push them aside. So I'm going to give you an example. All of us have families. We have children that want this and this and that. Mom, I want a Nintendo. I want a bike. I want this. I want that. And sometimes we have to say, sorry, mijito, I can't. Because I got to pay utilities. I got to pay food. I got to pay mortgage. But I want it, Mom. I really want it. I'm sorry. You have to be stern and say, no, not right now. That's a want. That's not a need. Same thing for us. We never say no to the needs, but the wants we may have to say no to. Because we have to leave that money for the true needs. And the last one is follow staffing targets. This is very, very important for us. You know that all around us, we are losing enrollment at record numbers. And if we don't pay attention to the staffing targets, we're going to be out of whack. So let me show you what I mean when we don't follow the guidelines. If you look at this visual here, for instance, this is from Region 1. It's public information, anybody can find it. And I'm only stating the facts. I just want you to see where we were at a few years ago and where we are now with our budget. If you take a look, you will notice the years with the arrows, 6 out of 9 years, the district was spending more than it was receiving. We receive our funding from taxes and from the state and from the federal government. And it's based on property taxes, property values, but also our enrollment. So 6 of the years, we were spending more. Look at the figures. In some cases, we were spending $500,000 more. In some cases, almost $3 million. That money has to come from somewhere. It just doesn't magically appear. We spend it, we have to get it from somewhere. We either have to take out a loan, or we have to take from fund balance. If you look at the visual at the bottom, you will notice the blue line. That is our enrollment. Notice the sharp drop. When enrollment drops, we have to adjust the expenditures because now we're going to be receiving less funding. Look at the line in the middle, the orange line. That's our revenue. And then the red line is how much we spend every year. So we are not doing this anymore. That is the reason why we were in a deficit, and that is the reason why we couldn't give you a pay raise 2 years ago. It's not because we didn't want to. Believe me, the board and I want to give you everything we can, but we have to have it in the budget. So we have to be smart with our budget. So attendance. Look at the drop in attendance. It is what it is, right? There's a lot of competition. COVID didn't help. There's many reasons why students leave the district. COVID was one, but we have to recognize we're in a friendly competition. We're surrounded by school districts. Yep. FAR, Vanguard, IDEA, McAllen, Hidalgo. Everybody wants our kids. So we have to fight hard to keep them here by giving them the best resources, the best teachers, the best opportunities. But we also have to pay attention, and when we budget, we have to budget accordingly. This year, for instance, we budgeted keep in mind that we may lose another 100 students, so we budgeted that way. So let me show you this visual here. In this visual, you will notice what happens to the fund balance. So if you notice in that 1 year, I believe it's 2018, we had 7.131568, 7 million. Notice that the following year, it dropped to 2 million, 2.4 million. That's a significant loss because we couldn't make ends meet, so we had to borrow it so that we could pay all our needs, including staffing costs, utilities, and so forth. The following year went up. This was not by intentional, it was by chance. We went home, everybody shut down, so we had a savings. So although COVID was bad for instruction, It actually helped Valley View with our finances. But notice the next 2 years, intentional savings. We have to come up with a plan and say, we need to get out of this pattern, because otherwise the state's gonna come and take over. We don't want that to happen. Nobody needs to tell us how to do our job. We can do it. We just need to be smart. And so we did. Very, very intentional. Just to give you an example of how intentional we were, we have to come up with strategies to find cost savings within our budget. One example was the early incentive to retire or to resign. That alone saved us $3 million. Now we make choices that don't impact student instruction. We always want to guard the instruction. But as I mentioned, we were overstaffed. So now we're aligned. Now we're in a good place. Now we can give you a raise, which is what you're going to see this year, because we're in a good place. So I want to ask you, you say, well, fund balance, what's the big deal with fund balance? I want you to find a partner, discuss with a partner, why is having a healthy budget and fund balance important? I want you to discuss that. ¿Por qué es importante tener un presupuesto y un fondo de balances en nuestro banco? Importante. Discutan con un compañero. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Okay, let's come back together. Let me give you a few reasons why having a healthy fund balance is important. First of all, a healthy fund balance represents the financial position of the district. If we have a healthy fund balance, the state says, you're good, keep working. You're doing fine, we're not going to intervene. But we can have uncertain economic conditions in the nation. How many of you have heard the news and they said there's going to be a government shutdown and it's going to close unless they come back together, and Social Security is going to stop, food stamps is going to stop, we're not going to have Medicaid, and all these services are going to stop because there's going to be a government shutdown. That can always happen at the state and federal level. A few years ago, they told us, you better be prepared because you're not going to have money for the child nutrition program. You're going to have to pay it out of your budget. Our budget for meals is about $4 million. But I was like, okay, well, we need to start preparing. Imagine if we didn't have that money in the fund balance. Let's say that the state of Texas says, we're shutting down. We're not going to give you the money that you get every month. Figure it out. You know what happens? You're going to say, I need my check. You figure out value, but you better pay me. And we are, because we have fund balance to pay you, even if the state doesn't send us the money. That's an example of uncertain conditions. We can have emergencies such as COVID, safety, HVAC. Those are all things that have happened. And if we have to buy something because it's an emergency, even if we don't have it in the budget, we have to find the money. So we may need to rely on fund balance. Unfunded mandates. Right now, the city is saying they've given us a list of things that we have to do for safety. We haven't received any money. They're promising that we will, and I'm sure we will, but right now it's an unfunded mandate. So we gotta go, whether we want to or whether we have it in the budget or not. And other unforeseen circumstances. Floods, hurricanes. We have to repair deteriorating facilities. And we have to have a favorable first rating. If ever we decide that we need to go out for a loan, or a bond, this is going to be critical that we get a good interest rate. So those are some of the reasons. So I want to show you this visual just to recap. The state recommends 90 to 120 days of fund balance. That's why they say you should have, which is 3 to 4 months of operation, for the reason that I just explained. Look at the visual and see how we were doing and how we were doing now. In 2018, we had 53 days. 2019, we dropped to 18 days. 2020, we had 27. 2021, 62. And this year, we finished the year with 140 days. Now that's a celebration. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. And I share this for 2 reasons. One, because we're all in this together. All of us have to be part of the solution so that we can make our district strong and healthy, academically and financially, because it impacts you and it impacts the students. But also because we need to be transparent. I did a climate survey at the end of the year, and one of the areas of concern for you all was transparency. They said, we don't know what you're doing with the money. Okay, I want to be as transparent, but I have to tell you the story behind the transparency. Because all of you know that if we don't tell our story, somebody else is going to tell it for us, right? So we have to make sure that we tell the story. What does that mean for us in terms of facilities? So let's talk about facilities. I think we all agree that our facilities need attention. Right? You agree? They need attention. Our HVACs to begin with, our roofs. This is what we inherited, and we're going to fix it. We are. It might take us a little bit of time because now we're in a position where we can. So let's talk about facilities. We ordered HVAC systems for most of the schools that need it, and some of them are already coming in. Some of them will be coming in the next 3 months. So you're going to see a difference. Now, I want to tell you that it's not because we didn't want this quickly. It's because there's a supply issue. Whenever we order some of these things, they tell us, you're going to wait a year. In a year, you'll have it, which is out of our hands because everybody's dealing with the same issues. Same thing with the buses. We ordered 6 new buses. We have 2. We need 4 more that will be coming in September, and we're going to order more. Because our buses also are deteriorating, just like our vehicles. Our doors, we're going to upgrade all our doors or replace them. Those little levers that you see at the top, the closers, we're switching them so we can have industrial grade closers so that our doors stay locked and nobody can go and open them. So that's very important, that's safety. The last thing that we're going to be working on, that's going to take a little longer, is our roofs. And the reason is because we're working with the insurance right now. And until we settle with the insurance, then we will come in and do whatever we need to do to repair them. And we're talking in the millions, guys. This is not low-cost needs. These are significant needs. But now, because of our fund balance, now we can say, let's move on this. That's why it's so important. Because at the end of the day, we need our facilities to be welcoming, to be comfortable for our students and for you. Before I say that, I do want to ask Mr. Matamoros and everyone in the maintenance transportation department to please stand because they're doing a phenomenal job to keep us afloat until these things come in. So Mr. Matamoros, Alex, all of them, todo el departamento de transporte y mantenimiento, quiero reconocerlos. El trabajo de ellos es muy, muy importante. A pesar de que algunas cosas no están funcionando, van y las arreglan y hacen lo mejor que pueden con lo que están trabajando para que nosotros estemos cómodos. So, se los agradezco bastante. So let's talk now about safety. Safety and security. This is so important. We all know what happened in Uvalde, that tragic event that happened in Uvalde. And I just can't even think that children and teachers were victims, but it did happen. And because of that, now safety the focus on safety has grown exponentially. We are being asked, it has always been a priority for us, but now the state is intervening even more and saying, you have to do more. And we are, and I'm going to show you what we're doing. But I do want to send a clear message. And that message is that the best method to counteract school threats is prevention. Prevention. If we all do our part, and prevent, our intruders are not going to come in. The intruders are not going to come into the school. So let's talk a little bit about safety. Starting this year, we're going to implement measures that have been in place, but we're going to enforce them. So for instance, when you get back to campus this afternoon, you're going to be reviewing these safety measures. And you're also going to be coming back tomorrow to a training an active shooter. So what are these safety measures? Use only designated entry and exit areas. No other doors can be used to exit other than those that are designated at your campus. And your principal, your administrators will let you know. Keep classroom doors locked at all times. Keep those doors locked at all times. We're going to have safety sweeps on a weekly basis to make sure that this is happening. Keep exterior doors locked at all times. Don't prop any doors. Employee badges will be required. Everybody will have to wear the employee badges, and I know we don't have them today, but you're going to get them by the end of the week. Review emergency procedures. All of those procedures are important. What do you do in a lockdown? What do you do shelter in place? You need to know them. You're going to get posters for your classrooms. And so, again, we're taking the necessary measures to increase safety so that all of us, not only our students, but you all as employees, can stay safe. We also have preventive measures for students. You are familiar with them. Preventive measures for visitors. But we're also adding additional safety measures. We're adding fencing. We're adding cameras. We're adding police officers and security guards. And we're adding a system that's called HALO. This HALO system, it detects threats. It detects anger, for instance. If somebody's fighting, it detects the escalation of the voice. It detects marijuana, vaping, a shattering of glass. So it's a great tool that we're going to have in our schools so that we can be prepared, and immediately, if something is triggered, the administrators will be informed. So I think you can agree that when it comes to academics, finances, facilities, and safety, we're doing well. It's going to get better, but we have done so much. And it's important that we take time to celebrate everything that we have done up to this point. Why? Because our students are counting on us. Adriel here, our cute little Adriel, and 3,800 students, other students, are counting on us. And you know what? We got this. We do have it. So I want to leave you with a video that I know that you probably have seen. We are showcasing this video on Channel 5. And I want to end with that video because I want us to bring focus back to the reason that we are here, and that is our students. So thank you again for your attention. Have a blessed year, and I hope you enjoy the video.
At View ISD, we create opportunities, experiences, and memories that allow our students to find themselves and discover their passions and skills that will shape who they want to become. We offer a learning experience where there is no limits, where every student leaves with a bright future ahead. Students here have a voice in their learning and create their own pathways to fulfill their dreams at our schools. A better future for your child starts here at Valley View ISD. Apply now online at www.vvuisd.net.
Thank you, Dr. Ibarra, for that wonderful message to our district, and what a wonderful video. I mean, that's very inspirational, and I hope everybody's been watching it and wants to enroll in our school district, because it is a wonderful place to be, and you guys have done wonderful and fantastic things here for our children of this community. So at this time, I'd like to recognize our district teachers, or our teachers of the years, first of all, and we're going to be playing a little video to recognize them. But first of all, let me have all our teachers of the year for the 2021-2022 school year. Please stand to be recognized teachers of the year. Big round of applause and congratulations. At this time, we're gonna watch a small little video in recognition of them.
This song is for those who inspire. This song is for those who see their students through the tough times.
Once again, congratulations to our Teachers of the Year. And I'd like to recognize our District Teachers of the Year. And they're sitting up here with us and joining us today. Ms. Cynthia Perez for elementary campuses. Please stand to be recognized. And for our secondary school, we have Mr. Juan Alvarado. Please stand. And thank you for going above and beyond. This special recognition is very, very special at the end of the year, and we all get to celebrate. And you know, because of everybody's hard work, you guys have made this a wonderful, wonderful place. So we're gonna, at this time, I'd like to once again welcome everybody back to this 2022-2023 school year. I hope everybody has a wonderful and fantastic, successful year, and I hope you have a great time with your kids and your students in your classrooms, and you all achieve great things this school year. So thank you so much for being here. We are going to have a raffle, right? Ooh. Aside from your paycheck, or aside from your retention checks, we're gonna have a raffle. And I think the way this raffle is going to work is, did everybody get their little baggies, right? Your cups? Did everybody get your cups? Yes? All right. I hope you didn't go leave it in your car or something like, I don't want to carry this thing home, you know. Or, so everybody has their cups. If you have a red dot underneath your cup, or it's a sticker. Okay, it's a sticker with a red dot. If you have a sticker with a red dot, then you are a winner. Raise your hand if you got the sticker with the red dot. Awesome. You want me to tell you what you won? You won a little sticker with a red dot. Congratulations, everyone. Okay. Now, you did win the little sticker with the red dot, but you're also going to get a nice gift card, okay? And those gift cards, the way you're going to pick them up is when we go to our vendor fair in the gym right here. You're going to present that little sticker with the red dot to Mr. Aaron Larena and his team right there, and they're going to trade that for a gift card, okay? If you really want to keep the sticker with the red dot and not get the gift card, you know, we're probably okay with that too. And I'd like to thank all our vendors who provided those gift cards. All right, from Floral and Craft Expressions, Ms. Edith Gonzalez. From ATPE, Teacher Association, Mr. Roger Gutierrez. New York Life Financial Services, Gilbert Perez. Ms. Ruth Villarreal Insurance, Ruth Villarreal. NAFT Banking, Art de la Rosa. Friends, Ida Cavazos. Vinyl Spin, Music Entertainment, Manuel Rodriguez. EMA Construction, Mr. Efrain Matamoros. Style and Smiles Hair Salon, Julissa Esquivel. Hidalgo All Stars, Shirts and Caps, Angel and Melissa. McAllen Urgent Care, Nelda Garza. Madre Mia Designs, Rosie Scott. Texas White Insurance, Norma Garcia. Girl Scouts, Crystal Perez. Gateway Printing, Chris Diaz. Cielo Office Supplies, Javier Gonzalez and Cristina Macias from Bose, and Cristina Macias is the vendor. So thank you to all our vendors. Thank you so much for your support and for the gift cards, right? And we're encouraging, we want everybody to attend the vendor fair. Everybody is required to go to the vendor fair and walk around and visit our vendors and enjoy some of the performances. So we have some student performances that are going to be taking place in the gym. And I believe after that, we'll be getting back to the campuses, correct? All right, thank you all so much, and we'll see you guys. Have a fantastic year. Valley View ISD. And this concludes our General Assembly for the morning.